My name is Nignon, and I am a collective intelligence specialist. For a long time, businesses and governments have been able to get by with really minimal innovation because the world was fairly simple and predictable. But the formula simply isn't working anymore because everything is interconnected in this giant web of complexity, and everything is moving about 10 times faster than it used to be. We are now in the age of wicked problems, where people have very different perceptions around the nature, causes, and the boundaries of the problems that we're facing. Solutions that used to work are now leading to dysfunction, and the people who can't change quickly enough are getting left behind. In situations with a lot of stakeholders, different worldviews, high complexity, no clear authority, or siloed information, there are huge coordination problems. The issue is not that we don't have enough data. In fact, we have so much of it that we struggle to make sense of anything. And in situations like this, a crucial skill is sense making, or the ability to find meaning within complexity. The essence of sense making is being able to view a situation from many different perspectives and integrating all that information in ways that people can easily understand and act upon. This is collective intelligence. There are basic practices which can increase the level of collective intelligence within a group. This involves including everyone's perspective, providing equal access to knowledge, and creating a culture where it's okay to make mistakes. None of this is rocket science. It's just that these things are totally antithetical to typical business culture. And that's why McKinsey consultants are probably not going to be the ones who solve these kinds of problems. You might have heard the phrase, knowledge is power. That might have been true in the 90s, but now you can get information on anything under the sun. What's a lot more powerful is knowing what you don't know. That's called wisdom. And trust me, being wise is something completely different than being smart. You cannot order wisdom from Amazon. It's also really hard to package it up like agile methodology. That's because wisdom is always dependent on context. So big data can provide insight. But when data is stripped of context, it simply cannot provide wisdom. I've been conducting research on how to augment collective intelligence in groups and networks, and have developed a collection of design principles to make it easier to tap into the collective wisdom that's already contained within a group. Organizations that make bad predictions are not going to do well in the future. Making good predictions involves having a strong memory about what pattern of action should be used in any particular context. So succeeding in this new cultural framework doesn't really involve learning so much as unlearning these long-held assumptions that are actually wrong. This involves most business innovation ideas, which are generally built on myths about how great ideas are born and spread. They actually don't hold up to any rigorous scientific examination. It's important to create a culture that makes us think like scientists, which involves constantly testing our assumptions and throwing away what doesn't work in practice. Every organization has its own little quirks and also its own gifts, and every solution must be contextual in order for it to be wise. By facilitating processes to uncover your organization's own internal wisdom and culture, we can work together to design an environment that dramatically increases the emergence of great solutions.